Tonight on the final part of the reunion.
You literally said it should have been a man in his video because the chemistry.
And I thought that we were friends. I have offered this girl a place to live. The statement, they not listening to us.
They're not.
They don't care.
They don't value us at all.
They
A
don't.
dog's life, look at Michael Vick. Look at Michael Vick. A dog's life is worth more than a black man or black woman in America today. A dog.
I get pulled over. What am I being pulled over for? Oh, just routine traffic stop. Your car doesn't look familiar to the area, yada, yada, yada. Oh, okay, cool.
Profile.
You know, at the end of the day, I recognize what it was. Yeah. So I didn't change anything about me, but I said, okay, I just got to move a little bit different in a sense. So what I do, I bought me a pickup truck to look like one of the white boys.
Wow.
As Black Americans are very, very comfortable with the bare minimum and the status quo.
Don't say that.
Hold on.
Not everybody, but
not all of us.
Yeah, right.
But as a collective,
We settled. As
a collective, right. All I'm saying was, so for me in this moment or in this atmosphere to call you out of your name compared to you assassinating my character, not once but multiple times. I said when I didn't film with you, I didn't. You as in you all,
and that's true.
Especially in the city that we live in. Atlanta, and there's already a connotation that comes with men in Atlanta. Anything outside of the super hyper masculine, you automatically on the demon L or you automatically questionable.
all right, guys, we back on the way. Reunion. Woo! Child, we all right. It's been trials and tribulations up here. Okay, we need some drinks and libations. Yeah?
No more drinks.
So before I get started into the mixer scene, I just want to give you an opportunity to speak what you wanted to speak about. Rachel.
I'm not gonna give this girl any more airtime, but what I'm gonna say is that I thought Perfection and I were friends. We met and we did business, and I thought that we were friends. I have offered this girl a place to live. Not necessarily live, but a place to stay. She's homeless. She's living in the wind. And she has stayed at my house multiple times. You know what I'm saying? So for her to come here and do this, unacceptable. But what I will say is that I wish her the best of luck in whatever endeavors that she does. And Marq by Beauty is going to keep progressing, whether Perfection is involved or not.
I hear it. Let's give it up. I love it. Keep doing everything that you do, okay? Be pure in yourself. So, with that being said, Rachel, I know you the rookie of the crew.
Ooh, child.
How was it when you first met this crazy characters up here?
Well, it was interesting to say the least. Marq, he created the logo for my brand.
Okay.
So the night that we met at the mixer was the first time that we met in person.
Talked on the phone.
We only conversed over the phone. So actually seeing him in person was dope. It was really cool. Devonta, cool. Paige won there. Av'ern, he and no, that's no shade, Paige.
No, I said wasn't because
I
actually wanted to be there. I was saying, I had a family emergency.
Yeah, I understand. Yes, ma'am. And then Av'ern was cool. Trae.
Oh, well, we're going to get into that.
Okay.
We're talking about. Hey. It was a lot of pretty faces, new faces and all. So it was like, y'all was drinking, doing y'all little thing. And Trae.
Hey, friend. How you doing?
Hey. So let me not even say Trae. Marq, your assistant again. Okay.
That's my friend.
Did you call her your assistant or no?
I don't. I told you this.
Okay. Yeah. So your friend
came.
Get fired?
She didn't get fired. She was my friend.
So she wasn't. Okay. So your friend came again, and Trae.
Yes.
How did you feel about his friend that came who said that she was a master cosmetologist?
Child, masters don't fuck up shit. She and based on verbatim what Rachel said, it was her first time doing what Rachel had asked her to do, saying that she could do it. first time and master don't go in the same sentence.
That's a fact.
So that's my opinion on her.
We're going to touch on that. So, Trae, I noticed, like, you were like, standoffish, antisocial. Like, what was going through your head? What was your feelings at that moment?
Okay, so what Rachel didn't know at the time is about an hour before her mixer occurred, I was involved in a car accident. And it wasn't just a regular car accident. I ended up having to pull my gun to protect myself because my car was being assaulted, for lack of a better term, to the point when I called 911, the operator was like, "Sir, are there people like yelling at you and beating on your car?" Verbatim, that's what was said, because I called Devonta and told him. We had a conversation before I got there about the. I called him and told him about the car accident. Like, I called him and told him about the car accident. I didn't give him details. Okay. But no. I called him and told him that. No. Not the details. Not the full details, but I called him and told him that I had a car accident and I was probably going to be a little bit late. And so when I got to her house, I was, number one, I had already dealt with that. Because, again, like I said, I had to pull my gun in that situation. And then on top of it, at Rachel's mixer was the first time I had seen everybody after another event had occurred. So my guard was already up based on based on what had happened at the previous event. So when I came to her house, before certain people arrived, we were having a good time, and I think she can agree to that. Like, we were cool. It was whatever.
I don't agree with that.
Oh, my bad. No. Oh, my bad. Well, I was fun. I was chilling until certain people walked in, so I apologize if I got that wrong.
His energy was crazy.
It was. Because shit was crazy that day.
Speaking of that,
shit was crazy that day.
I noticed, like, okay, this is your first time meeting majority of the cast members, and it seemed like you was really excited.
Yeah.
And whatnot. But then we had a couple of singers there, and Antonio sung, was a DJ song, and then we asked Trae, the Malco, to sing.
Multiple times.
And do we have a clip of that? Can we show the clip?
Yo, we have a clip.
This is what happened.
Okay, let's play what happened.
Unless the cash app ding, I ain't singing.
When Trae came in the door, he immediately said that he was a singer, and so I asked him, "Can you sing?"
Yeah.
How y'all gonna be singers and don't want to sing?
Ooh, did my PayPal go off?
And he said, "Unless the PayPal ding, you ain't gonna get me to sing." And I'm sitting here looking like,
the makeup artists get paid, the dancers get paid, the videographers get paid, but they do not want to pay the singer.
All right, so Paige,
Huh?
I know you're singing.
She's a
I know you're singing, and I know you saw the show, even though you.
My name is Benny, and I'm not in
Even
it.
though she wasn't there, you weren't in it. How did you feel about what Trae said about if my cash app don't ding, my PayPal don't ding, I ain't gonna sing? How did you feel about that business?
I didn't feel no way. That's Trae. You gotta know Trae to know what he gonna say, you know. So I really didn't know because I wasn't there. And as a singer, I'm a sing. So you know, it just didn't. It didn't have nothing to do. It wasn't like it didn't bother me at all. That's just Trae.
All right, so Trae,
What's up?
you end up singing mid-conversation anyway.
and Devonta!
You ready to sing for us?
I'm not sitting
Okay, last one.
My heart at the door.
Come on,
Door. I'll say a word.
Okay.
They've all been said before, you know.
Devonta starts to talk about what he's doing, and here he come. Now you want to sing.
Oh no, you fucking lie.
I like sage, I meditate, I use my crystals, but this motherfucker almost had me pull my Newports and my 40 out.
Nothing less. Look, don't get me wrong. I know there is no tomorrow.
So why did you feel like that point in time was the perfect time for you to bust out in song?
Honestly, I can't answer that because I don't really remember what was
He was
going
being
on.
petty.
I probably was being petty, but I will say this. I have a thing about, in general, And I think any singer will tell you this, Paige or anybody else.
Stop putting me in shit.
Or no, any singer. You just happen to be the one sitting here with us. We as in singers get put on the spot all the time. It's like people be like, oh, you mentioned somebody asks you what you do and you tell them what you do.
Facts.
And
I'm guilty of that. I will say, oh, you sing, so sing.
And it's almost like we're a circus act or something. And so my thing is, you don't ever meet somebody who says, well, what do you do? And they say, well, I'm a nurse. And you don't ask them to immediately perform CPR on somebody. You get what I'm saying? So for me,
some of them.
what the point that I'm making is, it's very irritating to me as an artist. I don't do this for a hobby. I don't think any of us who do this at the level that Paige and I do it, I don't think any of us are doing this because it's fun. So treat our art and treat our work like you treat any other career path for anybody else that you encounter. Because you don't meet a doctor and say perform a surgery. You don't meet a makeup artist and say beat my face.
I do.
Because, but I'm saying like that comes with, well, how much do you charge? Yeah. Or how do we do? So my thing is, don't treat our art like it's a circus sideshow. Don't belittle what I do, and don't treat it like it's something that's just fun for me.
So with that being said,
what's up?
Why did you feel the need to bust out in song while Devonta was speaking?
Honestly, I don't remember, but I probably was being petty in that moment. Okay. If we being honest, I probably was being petty.
Look, let me tell you, that is one of the first times that you done owned up. The song out here. All right, now Devonta, what was your feelings when he burst out in the song in the middle of your conversation?
How I was feeling, I was about to go back to the underground vibes, but I just smiled. If you look, I was just smiling. I was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm rising above. We're good, and it's not that serious. Devonta, you don't have to go to 100. You can just sit here and just smile.
And you did.
And I did.
Let's come in, Devonta. Y'all know him.
It was hard.
Oh, I was good and drunk.
Yeah,
I probably had way more sense than y'all
With that
saw.
being said, I know you made a comment on the cosmetologist, Marq's friend.
Her.
Rachel, what made you give her like the go ahead or opportunity or say, hey, I want to be your client? What made you say yes?
Because I support black businesses, but the number one reason was because she said she went to Paul Mitchell.
And you did?
I went to Paul Mitchell. So Paul Mitchell don't play. It's like hair boot camp. So I'm like, baby, you gonna whip me right into shape.
All right, so we know everything that glitters
Ain't gold.
I think we got another clip. Let's pan to this clip right quick.
Ooh.
Okay. Look at my hair. This is her coming to my house and fixing my hair.
Okay. That woman destroyed my hair.
Give me my shit back! Because I told you to give me my shit back! I told you to give me my shit back!
Hold on,
my motherfucking money back!
We're not gonna do this. Hold on.
But y'all gonna let her fight?
I know, but
y'all
But it's just 150. But it's just not happening.
I asked her to give me my money
So
back.
if she's not even asking for a full refund, then what's the problem?
I want
But she's asking you for 150.
After we seen that clip with you in the hoodie and the hoodie and sweatpants, ponytail back, I was taken back. Look at you right now. I didn't think that you speak so boisterous and so sweet and so nice. I didn't think you would turn up like that. So tell me what happened in that scene. What was going on?
I'm gonna make this really short. I allowed her to do my hair. She messed my hair up. I called her. I said, Tiff, you messed my hair up. Can you fix it? Yes, ma'am, I'll fix it. The next day, she fixes it. It's even worse than the first time. The only reason why Tiffany was able to leave my home was because her daughter was with her, and I don't cut up in front of children. So when she left, I texted her. I have receipts. I texted her, Tiff, and I was still keeping it very cool and classy. Tiffany, you messed my hair up. Baby, I need my money back because I've given you 2 chances. Either you give me my money back or I'm going to pull up on you. And she was like, oh, no, I'll fix it. No, baby, I already gave you a chance to fix it. So I said, you have until 6 o'clock to give me my money back. And I wasn't even asking for all of the money. I was just asking for $150 so somebody else can fix it.
How much did you pay for it?
$375. Okay, so I gave her to 6 o'clock. No response. She gave me some bullshit ass answer. No response after that. Then Marq calls me. I said, Marq, why are you calling me? I have his phone number. I could have called you and told you what your friend did, but I didn't want to involve him. But since she did, I said, Marq, tell your friend, if she don't run me my coin, I'm pulling up on her at her salon. And I guess she thought I was playing. She didn't give me my money back. I never wanted to
take it there.
I didn't want to take it there.
Okay.
I didn't.
Question, Marq, how did you feel about this situation?
I'm gonna say the same thing I said then, and I'm gonna say it now. I don't do hair, and I don't need my hair done. It has nothing to do with me. That was my friend. I introduced them to each other. If she wanted to get her hair done by her, that's on her. My friend, I'm not gonna knock her. She does hair. She does hair. If she can do I don't know.
You ain't looking at her Instagram. She ain't got no.
If you go on her page, she
looks
does.
great.
She
Her
does
page
good.
looks
Like
great.
we're not gonna knock her.
She does do really good work, but
she
didn't know how to do the sewing that I wanted. But that should have been discussed.
Yeah.
That should have been discussed instead of taking my money and then running with it.
So with that being said, do you think that you could have handled the situation differently? Could you have really handled that situation differently?
No.
Beat her ass.
No.
Because let me tell you something. That's the thing. I could have, and that's the thing. I could have fought her. Wait, listen, because I haven't really talked this whole time.
Let her talk. Go ahead. Me off now. Go ahead, talk.
I could have fought her, but I didn't want to fight her. The intentions of me going up to the salon was not to fight her. It was just to get my money back. Yes, I could have toned it down. I didn't have to show out like that. But when you pay a person to do a service and they don't do it correctly, as a business owner, as a business woman, as a business professional,
as a black businesswoman,
give that person their money back. You couldn't fix it, baby. You just couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I could have toned it down or whatever, but I could have whooped her ass. I didn't do that. And I tried to apologize to her because I did feel very bad about that. That person that y'all saw at the beauty salon that day, that was the person that I tried to bury for so many years. That even today is being pulled out of me. That's not who I am. But when people take you there, sometimes
you get there.
You get there.
That's that military. That's that military.
That's Chicago. That's
PTSD.
That ain't even got shit to do with the army or being from whatever. That's just being a human being. You get what I'm saying? So
when you mistreated, that's how you feel.
Exactly.
It's the same thing that's going on in the world today.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like I told you before, and you my girl and I love you.
Yes.
It's a different way you could have handled that. You could have went down and filed a claim. You could have did whatever. But they already look at us as Trina called us, animals.
Now, Devonta.
No, I'm just saying.
That's the kettle calling the pot black.
No, how is that? Explain that.
We done seen a lot of situations that you could have handled.
Well, no, and I'm not speaking on my situation. I said that I have issues, and I know that I have an anger problem. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about this issue on how I talked to Rachel, or how I feel like she could have handled it differently. And I would say, if I'm in that moment, I can't say that I would have not did the same thing. Right. But the question was, how can the situation could have been handled differently? And it could have. It doesn't matter if we do it or not, but it still could have been handled different. And
she ain't here to defend herself.
She's
so
not.
Can we like him?
Yeah, but we still not bashing her. We just let her
know. No, absolutely not.
Wrong is wrong and right is right. End of the day.
What's going on, world? It's your boy J Man, and here I am with Mr. Marq with a Q.
Marq with a Q in the flesh.
Yes, sir. How are you doing today?
I feel amazing. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let me just go ahead and dive right on in. Of course, I'm a fan of the show. That's why I was chosen to interview you guys. But you call yourself a jack of all trades.
I went through a lot to get to where I am today, and I'm still not where I want to be. Mm-hmm. But it took for me to literally lose everything. I'm really young. I'm only 22 years old. People don't know that, but it took for me to literally lose everything at the hands of me just being so available to everybody else that I lost myself and I lost everything. So just to have to work hard to get everything back and to just, no matter what you're going through, no matter your situation, circumstances, you will make it through. You will overcome anything as long as you work hard. And I am living proof to that. I work hard. I believe in God. God gets me through. And I'm living my dream. I literally woke up this morning and I had to realize, I'm doing something, because I beat myself up sometimes. I'm not doing enough, but I'm doing something, and that's the start.
And I think that's the biggest thing for people these days. We're our biggest critics at the end of the day, and we want so much. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do this. Hey, I want to do that. But sometimes you have to live in that moment.
right, we're gonna get into this Mexican restaurant scene.
Just be true to who you are.
I'm very true to who I am. I'm confused. Like
I'm confused too.
Regardless of how you feel about me not posting the music video, Trae, I've been there, and I've been around.
if I was better than you, we can't sit together. Period.
I did.
So this the energy he
I
gonna
did.
have
Okay, and that's fine. And okay, well, give me time.
You know, but when I asked you to find me a house, what did you say? I need a retainer fee. I need a retainer fee.
He gave Av'ern his own Carfax. From top to bottom, like, you done been in a wreck in 2014. You were over here, you lost a tire over here. I mean, he went in like, shit. I don't. If I was Av'ern, I would have just got my plate. I would have asked for a to-go box and left. I wouldn't even say nothing else. I wouldn't have nothing to say to these people.
So Devonta, why did you call that meeting? Why did you feel like it was important to have that meeting?
Well, I feel like it was important because it's just we all had issues within each other. You know that people, we had support issues and people having other issues with other people, and we some of us as a group, I can't speak. I'm not going to speak for everybody. Thought that Trae acts like if he's above everybody that's here. So I just thought it would be good for us to get down and sit and work it out. But that didn't.
It did not.
Happen.
So with that being said, Av'ern, like this was like Trae. This was like the first time I kind of saw y'all even getting along.
But no, it's not, because if I'm a Christian and I go to church, but then I get on my Instagram and I curse or I drink or whatever, people could say the exact same thing about me. So I don't necessarily agree that him having a drink, because most deals are not done in the boardroom. Most deals are done over drinks, golf, tennis, food, that sort of thing.
It looked like he had your back. How did you feel when he actually took your side?
Okay, so before that, when we got to the Mexican restaurant, I was like, you know what? Okay, I already said whatever it is I said, so let me go ahead and just addressing him how I felt, right? So originally, when we got to the Mexican restaurant, I wanted to sit down and just say, you know what? This is what is it. This is what it is. I just wanted to kind of just go right into it.
Right.
But then Devonta with production is like, well, no, let's just wait till everybody get there, and whatever the case may be. So at that time when Trae came in, that was like the first time I felt like, okay, like what I'm saying, like that's what's up, like you defended me, you know what I'm saying? Because I felt like in that moment I was a little ambushed by Marq and Devonta when it came to my social media.
So with the social media, with that being said, so did you ever change your social media? Did you
I did
change
not.
it? No. You did not?
I did not.
Understandable.
And
Why?
Because I just feel like at the end of the day, I've had people reach out to me on Instagram and say, you know what, Av'ern, I follow you. I follow other realtors as well. And I feel like you're relatable, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, just continue doing me.
So,
who for me is going to be for me, period.
And honestly, I don't think you got to separate it, for real. So with that being said, do you feel like Devonta and Marq
That's me first.
was jumping on you?
Oh, well.
I'm asking,
oh, yes. I thought you was asking. Okay, gotcha.
Do you feel like they ganged up on you?
I did, because it was just like, damn, like, where did it even come from? Like, I was just like, where did it even come from?
Well, let me tell you where it came from. I'm going to be real.
Because I got to say something, too.
What happened was, me and Devonta had a conversation a couple days prior. We were talking on the phone. I don't know how it came up, how it was brought up, but we started talking about social media and everybody's pages or whatnot. And when we started talking about you, I gave my opinion. I'm the type of person, if I say it behind your back, behind the scenes, I can say it to you. So when we sat down, I didn't give nobody an opportunity to ask no questions or make no statements. Let me tell you what I said. And I didn't say me and Devonta had even talked. I just said, I just feel like blah, 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 blah. So that's where I was coming from.
Yeah. So Devonta, elaborate.
And the reason why I said that, and I'm going to give you an example, because I like to have examples, and as they call them, receipts. Okay, so you have a business page, and it's your personal page. It's together, right? So you say you post everything that's on your business and personal page, right? Why haven't you posted a lot of the on the way up stuff on your page? If you're okay with everybody knowing you're on a show where you want people to see what you're doing, but you have a problem with posting your life on your business page, which I would have that problem too.
But I thought the issue was that because I had like
No,
a
that's
couple drinks,
just
something like that. I'm
that's
confused.
just an example. I can go back. Okay, we can go back to that.
Do you feel like
I can go back, but that's a part of your life, though. Drinking, the show, everything.
That's fine.
So let's go back to with the drinking. I just feel like when someone goes to a business page, they want to see what you're doing, what you're working. They don't want to see you throwing drinks. I'm in the club and stuff like that.
And I don't always throw drinks.
Okay.
I mean, they like at the end of the day, it's my page.
Exactly. So it can be
is
your
what
page.
it is.
It's fine.
And that's cool.
But,
So we
but
good.
why? Okay. Well, so we passed that. So why? Okay.
All right. That's fine. So,
No, it's really not. But it's.
Look,
you gonna have your opinion about
it. Is his page,
right?
It is.
Right.
It is.
But on the outside looking in, because you just gave the reference about him not posting on the web, do you feel some type of way because he did not?
I do, because you on a platform and we need your people. Like that's you on a show. I do things on the show that I'm not grateful for. I have a hard time watching some certain scenes that I act up on. So but I made a commitment to this show because I didn't even have to put the show out.
You're right. But
I asked you, and before I even decided to put the show out, I asked everybody on this stage.
That wasn't a problem then,
but it's a problem. Okay.
It wasn't.
So if it was a problem now, then we could have had that conversation.
Let's be real. Let's be truthful.
But that's just an example.
So let me. So was you at the table? Were you feeling that way?
I was and at the table. It was about separating business from.
So do you think?
But this is. I feel like okay. Go ahead.
Are you thinking like on the way up business? Tell the truth. Come on, talk about it. Let's get it out here. This is what this is. Let's get it out.
I had some concerns.
Okay.
I did have some concerns. I did, but I did. It wasn't. It wasn't until I just had some concerns.
Okay. So,
but I wasn't. Yeah.
With that being said, I don't necessarily think it's about him drinking. It's about this platform, which is your platform, which is your baby. Right. However, guess what? This might not necessarily be his baby.
Yeah, but it needs to be, and I'm going to say this right now. It needs to be everybody, baby. If you're ashamed to be on this show, to show what we're doing, you're not made for this show. Because at the end of the day, you signed up to be on a reality show.
But in Av'ern's
defense, you think that people are ashamed to be on the show?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that's. I'm not saying.
In Av'ern's defense, it's just me.
No, you're fine.
When we did watch it again. One of his friends did call in because and there's been a couple of his people that have said that they love me, they love the show, they love you. So I don't know if I know it's an issue with promoting, but obviously he's doing something because his people are watching.
Which is fine.
I think that's all that matters.
Which is fine.
And
it's not
people that's watching and stuff. So
all right, we're gonna go.
We can move on.
So Trae.
What's up?
Hey, boo.
Hey, baby.
Hey, over there saying Kurt. You know what I'm saying? So we know it was a heated conversation at the table.
It was.
Especially, I hate to get back on this, but we got to it.
No, you fine. It's cool.
Especially with you saying that you're not a gay male.
I'm not a gay man.
Okay. So, why do you think Devonta and Av'ern have an issue?
I didn't have an issue. I was just...
Okay.
I didn't have an issue.
Why do you think it's an issue with you saying that you're not a gay man to the cast then?
I can't answer that question for you. So I'm not 100% sure on that. Okay. What I will say, which was irritating to me, is that this entire cast, not one time that I filmed with anyone, or let me rephrase that, not one time outside of filming with anyone did I speak on anybody else. There was not a single scene that I was in, or I'm sorry, there was not a single scene that Av'ern was in where my name wasn't brought up. Okay. We filmed together, 3, maybe 4 times?
Question.
Okay,
so why do you think? Why do you think that is?
I can't answer that question for you.
So there's no underlying.
So
I don't have any problems.
You said you're the only person on the cast that you haven't talked about nobody else.
I said when I didn't film with you, I didn't. You as in you all.
And that's true.
I spoke on you.
And
I
said me. I can't speak for nobody else. I said not one time outside of me filming with people did I speak on them.
Okay.
Okay. So can I? So let me just say this. So yes, I said some shit. I said some shady shit. It was not fair to you that if I had an issue with you, that I should have went ahead and just brought it to your attention.
Yes.
So I'm gonna say to you now that I apologize for not bringing it to your attention. Now I may have said what I said, but at the end of the day, I apologize. And I'm gonna say this. Don't disrespect me no more like that. Now I may have said what I said, but you calling out my name, that's not cool. But I will say this: I feel like you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and I feel like you got what it takes. And I said that to them before.
Yeah, he
So what's the big issue?
There's no issue. Like it's just
always,
it was just
every time we hear it's church.
I mean, it was more than that. First of all, I did more than just talk about Trae. I had scenes that did not make it because we lost footage.
Okay.
So that was stuff that was not seen. So with that being said, at this moment, I'm good. I should have said something to you. If I had a problem with you.
Can we get a hug?
I'm cool with that.
We cool, but I'm not
cool
gonna
with
hug
that.
him
That's
because
fine.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Hugging him would be fake. And so
And
my thing is,
I
I'm
totally
not.
agree.
And so,
You're not being-
and so
I
my
totally
thing
agree.
is,
Thank you.
while I accept his apology,
agree to disagree.
and it's gonna take a minute. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you why it's gonna take a minute. Because for him to be like, well, I don't appreciate you calling me out of my name, my nigga, you literally said it should have been a man in his video because
Okay,
the
I
chemistry.
did.
Well, all I'm saying was,
I did.
so for me in this moment or in this atmosphere to call you out of your name compared to you assassinating my character not once but multiple times, especially. I didn't interrupt you, especially in the city that we live in, Atlanta, and there's already a connotation that comes with men in Atlanta. Anything outside of the super hyper masculine, you automatically on the DL or you automatically questionable, my nigga. I feel like, and I'm not saying that I was right to call you out of your name because it's not, and it's outside of my character to call you outside of your name. But what I'm saying is for me to say that compared to what you did, I really don't feel like, I feel like they kind of, we might be on the same playing field. So what I'm gonna say is, hold on. What I'm gonna say is, hold on. I'm going to apologize to you now before we walk out of here, so that there is no elephant in the room or nothing. I stepped out of my character, and for that I'm wrong because regardless of who's on this platform, my character is my responsibility, regardless of what they say or do to me. So I apologize for that.
We gotta end this thing, please.
I'm trying to bring everybody together today. I'm not trying to go there. This is my name.
I said to myself, oh boy, you got a lot to do. Because if you don't do something about this, you're gonna die. Weighing 376 pounds is shocking, and I'm comfortable with saying it.
It was really pretty much not monitored. Oh no, Nate, you can't have that. Well, go ahead on and get it.
I wanted to blame my parents, really, especially my mother. Like, I've really let myself get to this where, people would compare my weight to an elephant.
I'm really at peace with this because it's like, this is my child. Who don't want your child to be healthier?
It's almost like they treated my obesity as like, oh, that's just part of, how she's gonna be. She'll lose it. I was being teased, but I would basically piggyback off of that and join them. Like, it doesn't really bother me.
I just was praying that you will one day come to the point to where, I can't do this.
I was smoking and I was overweight, and I didn't know that my dad was not gonna be here anymore. I'm not just doing this for me. I feel like I'm doing it for him as well. So I'm very excited about that, and of course I know he'll be there, with me in spirit.
So as watching the show, I see that you're an artist, you're a brand ambassador, as well as actor, dancer. So you want to kind of break some of that down for me? What brought you to On the Way Up Atlanta?
So the opportunity was presented to me, and I thought it was a good way to introduce audiences to my brand that were otherwise unfamiliar with me. I like to say that I am a master of all trades, not just a jack of all trades, but I'm a master of all trades. So it was a good thing to have an introduction to an audience that would otherwise have been unfamiliar with myself and my music, my brand, my music.
So what kind of advice would you give to anybody that's looking to break into the industry? You know, I know it didn't always come easy, especially for any of us in the entertainment industry. We had to work day, night, weekends, you name it, plus work a regular job.
Right.
So what kind of advice would you give to anyone that is looking to break into the industry? Because like you said, you're a master of all trades, not just a jack of all trades.
Right.
So what kind of advice would you give to anybody that's looking to do the same thing?
There's heavy perseverance that's going to be involved. There are going to be moments when people that are close to you, that you know have your best interests at heart, don't necessarily see the dream, and they don't necessarily see the end goal because the vision wasn't given to them. So my thing is your perseverance, making sure that you stick to what it is that you feel like you are supposed to be doing.
All right, guys. So I know y'all heard about Cinco Day, a wonderful event that I happen to host as well. Pasjiea Marie is always my ultimate go-to for Cinco Day. And Marq, you actually came to Cinco Day.
Of course Marq was there. Marq, I'm everything.
Oh, you always support.
You ain't have to do all that.
So you and Devonta, you and Pasjiea actually performed.
I'm just trying to make it, mama. I'm just trying to make it, mama.
I'm just trying to make it, mama.
I'm just trying to make it, mama. I'm just trying to make it, mama.
Elaborate on the event. How did you feel about the event?
I really enjoyed Cinco Day. Like, I just love it, how you can be yourself and you can come in and you don't feel like you're being judged. Like, people really vibing. Like, you were singing the song at the end.
Appreciate, hey, to make it, mama. Hey, you know it. I appreciate everybody for rocking out with me tonight.
And everybody, you know, I really enjoy that because, like, for me, I'm not on Trae and Paige's level. So just to get a little bit of what they get probably on the regular when they perform, it just makes you be like, man, you know, it just feels really good. And then just to have a place to where you can be yourself, regardless of who you is and what you do, and not be judged, like that's great. Like, I would love to have that platform on what we have here. Absolutely. Like, to have that where you can be yourself and it don't matter, we're not bickering about whatever, because it's a really good feeling.
Yes.
And you know, and it's a really good feeling.
Well,
so.
I appreciate you. Love it. Pasjiea Marie, speak on Cinco Day and like how you came to know Cinco Day and what you feel about it.
I definitely love Cinco Day, of course. I got introduced to Cinco Day by Eazy's brother, which is one of my closest friends, one of my best friends. Shout out to you, Fat Daddy. I ain't gonna call you Fat. Shout out to Eric Bell, okay? I ain't gonna call you Fat Daddy on TV. But no, yeah, he's one of my, we went to, I did it again. It's a habit, and he knows it. When I see him, I'm like, Fat Daddy, that's just, it's for years. We go back, we go way, way back. But, no, yeah, he's definitely a great guy, and he always, anytime he has anything going on, he'll reach out to me. So what he did with Cinco Day, him and Malcolm, all of them, they came and asked me. They reached out. They said, it was like, you want to perform? You know, you back in Atlanta, and so they was starting up. Well, they had been doing it. I had been in school, and so when I came back, he was like, I got a platform when you come back, and immediately as I came back, I've been there. The last 3 years, I've been there. And I ain't never really needed your touch. I should've walked away when I saw you, but you drew me to you like a magnet. I can't believe I got this love waiting on you. I should wanna give it all up. You know just how to lead me in, and you got the skin that makes me fall in love all over again. Yeah. Yeah, Cinco Day it's dope. It's a good experience. It's a good time. If you ever are in the Atlanta area and we got Cinco Day going on, because it happens on the 5th of every month, come and just vibe out and have a good time. You're going to be able to get you some art. You're going to be able to get some live painting, live music. You know, it's a dope experience, and it was definitely fun.
Okay. So in reference to that, Hippie Nation. Let's speak about that. Tell me what is Hippie Nation.
Hippie Nation is. I mean, that's what it is. It's everything. We say age, all green, everything. It's a lifestyle. It's not a moment. If you Hippie Nation, you Hippie Nation for life. You ride or die. You know, we throw the peace sign because it's all love. But now Hippie Nation, to me, what Hippie Nation was for me was my peace. That was my safe haven. I started my music. Like I said, I dropped my first mixtape, and it was called Welcome to Hippie Nation. My second one was called Welcome to Hippie Nation Reloaded. So we had to load the guns back up and come back again. But no, yeah, Hippie Nation is and don't get it wrong. It's not a gang. It's not none of that. Anybody can be in Hippie Nation. It's you. It's if you feel in your being that you just get up every day and you just be out here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes we just be, and that's what Hippie Nation is. It is.
So, Marq, you was at the performance. How did you feel about Devonta and Paige's performance? Come on, be honest.
Honestly, I'm fine with it. You know, you have to practice, and he messes up and want to look at Paige every time.
We know that.
But other than that, I mean,
on the way.
Mr. Industry.
What's up?
How did you feel about their performance?
I thought it was awesome. I was proud of him because I saw the growth from the studio session to where we came to.
Absolutely.
And let me be honest with you. The event, the moment that you had in the car outside, while it might have been tough, speaking from somebody who's been there, I felt like it was necessary. Because sometimes as an artist, it takes somebody to kick you in your ass and piss you off a little bit to bring out what's needed to bring out, so that what needs to come through the song and what needs to come through the art comes through.
Okay.
And so I was very proud of you for that, because I felt like you grew from the studio session to your birthday party performance to where you got to a hippie.
Oh, wait a minute. Can I add, so y'all know, that was Devonta's first performance.
So it wasn't the birthday party?
No, that was his first live. No, that was your family and friends. I'm talking about people you don't know. That was not
outside the birthday party, that was his first time.
That was his first live
performance. I was proud of him.
Artist,
I was proud of him.
And then
he was doing it for his mama, man.
I also want to say too, to really be honest with you, like, when I was in the car, I just had a moment to where, like, sometimes in my life, I want to do things, and I rush to get it done at the last minute. And when everyone was saying what they were saying, it was like, but damn, here's another moment where, oh, you said you're going to do the song, you had the song for 3 months, and then you want to run and do it just because your birthday party in 2 weeks. So it was like a lot of mixed emotions that was going on, and then then it's like, okay, well, I got to plan. It was just a lot.
Devonta, can I interrupt you for a quick second?
Yeah.
Fuck people. Fuck them people and fuck their opinions.
Right.
I've been working on putting out my album for 3 years. Right. Fuck them people. Only you know what you have going on behind the scenes, and only you know what it takes to go into that. Right. Them people can be there. Right. There are people in the industry who will tell you. Jasmine Sullivan talks about her first album all the time. It took her 3 years before she put out that very first album. Right. Fuck them people. Yeah. Right. If you operate on other people's timelines, you will forever put out mediocre work or find yourself in a place where you're panicking or overworking yourself. Forget them. Like, you got to work at your pace. And so when you put it out, it's done the right way.
Right.
So with that being said, Trae.
What's up?
So they both support Underground Vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you at Cinco Day?
I wasn't invited.
Oh, you wasn't?
You wasn't invited to Cinco Day? Because I put it in the group message.
No, I wasn't. The one that I was invited to was the one that ended up getting canceled.
Nothing got canceled.
She put it in.
You talking about the show that I coordinate, that I actually was hosting.
That was the one. That was the one that I was.
It wasn't canceled though. It was still going.
Well, I didn't know, but that's the one that I got invited to. But I wasn't invited to Cinco Day.
You was invited to Cinco Day. It was in the text message. I put it in a group message for everybody to come.
That's the only way we got invited.
That's how y'all knew.
I didn't get that. Like, all jokes aside,
I don't feel no way about you not coming. You might have had something to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because I would have came.
Yeah, it was in the group message though.
Like, all jokes aside, out of the whole cast, me and Paige ain't never had issues. So if she had invited me to something, I was coming.
I really wanted you to come because that would have been another platform to you to get on.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't have missed that just to miss it. Yeah. I honestly don't remember getting the invite to it. So we'll fix that. We'll fix that.
It's coming. Okay.
I was about to say it's coming again. We'll fix that.
We all should go. Even if y'all don't perform, we should go as a group.
I'm definitely down for that.
We can do that. I'm down for that.
We're going to switch gears and Nitro's on. Are we going to go right into it? So, Mr. Av'ern, you was all smiles and giggles at the Nitro's on.
Finally getting some really good vibes. Everybody has good energy. We're all getting along. We're meshing. It just seems like now we can really build a genuine friendship and we can grow genuinely together.
I'm really excited to be in a space where everyone is getting along. The vibe is good. We're just really having a good time.
I could do this every day.
What was you feeling that day? I mean, was it because of some of the cast members weren't there? Like, what was going on?
At the time, yes, but in all this, you know, we had a good time.
Okay.
You know, it's the energy. Everybody was getting along. Energy was meshing. So that's what it is.
So I saw that you and here were not there. Were you guys invited, or did you not get that either?
I was not invited.
Ooh, did you get it?
Well, if we're gonna be honest, I put it together, and I didn't invite Trae because I wanted to see how these new people is gonna how they was gonna mesh without Trae.
Gotcha.
And I yeah. So, but I'm sorry. That's all I can say. But that's the truth, and I can't. There's no way around it.
We all love the
I
truth.
can't say nothing else. I just wanted to see how they would react. Only because every time I'm not trying to backtrack or anything, but when you're around, not to say it's your fault or anybody's fault, no one can say I really had a good time all the way through with not feeling some type of way. So I wanted to see
come on, Shade
that.
Master.
And at that time,
Come on, Shade Master, you weren't there either now.
And at that time, I had.
Let's talk about
and,
that.
and we could talk about it. I had fired myself from the show.
Well, Pasjiea, I know you always say you want more girls there. You and Rachel, y'all kicked it out.
Yeah,
what do you feel about that girl power there?
I was definitely happy to have another lady amongst the group because it was tough with these, 4 gentlemen all the time bickering back and forth, and me being there just like a deer in headlights, figuring out what was going on. Well, Marq, no, you wasn't bickering, but you was talking. And with all that going on, everybody talking, everybody having their comments and that sort of thing. It just sometimes it's overwhelming, and it gets to a point where it's like, okay, we all digressing. Let's just come on and get to what we're supposed to get to. But at the same time, I understand everybody getting their frustrations out. So it's like, okay, let's just work through it. But when Rachel came, it was a different, like I said, a different dynamic. It was a different, it was happiness, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the only girl on here. I got somebody I can relate to. And now, hey, sister girl, we can talk about what's going on, you know what I'm saying? On a different level versus where I can't, well, not saying that I can't have that conversation with them. I can. But she's going to understand where I'm coming from.
So with that being said, Marq with a Q, you said the vibes was different. What do you think contribute to that?
Just that everybody came in with positive vibes. That's why the vibe was different. I think every time we went into a situation, somebody's energy was off, as we've all said, and we just all couldn't get along for the most part. So it was good to just we had a good time.
Can I say something? Hold on. Can I say something about that? So I think that from day one, the 6 of us, or I should say 5, because Rachel wasn't at the studio session. I think from day one, the 5 of us didn't have the same understanding going into the studio session that everybody else had. I'm gonna say, and the reason why I'm saying this is because the studio session was when I met them. I didn't walk into the studio session as I knew other people were gonna be there, but I went in a work mode, not in a friend mode. So I think me coming into that,
and that's your first.
That's my first meeting them. Yeah. They're automatically taken aback because work me is different from just me having fun. I'm a whole different person because we take what we do serious. All of us in our different. So me coming into that, I can own that maybe, because I was in that work mode, it might have been a little offsetting to everybody else. So I didn't get the same, we gonna come into this, just having fun and being supportive. So, I can own that. If they felt like my energy was off because of that, then okay, cool, it is what it is. Going forward, I've invited all of them to come out to my birthday party, so that we can, moving forward, have a whole different dynamic. But I can own the fact that coming into that, my energy might have been off because I didn't come in there to be your friend. I came in there to do work, and that's what I did.
And at Rachel's house too, your energy was off. Your energy was off at Rachel's house too.
Oh, it absolutely was, because I told you. No, we can. No.
I just want to make sure
I like the fact. No,
everything.
I'm glad we're clearing this up. My energy was off at Rachel's house because my guard was up. Because coming to Rachel's house was the first time I had seen all of y'all after the Mexican restaurant, and you have to understand, me coming to that Mexican restaurant. Look at what I dealt with coming to that Mexican restaurant. Everything I got hit with. So absolutely, my guard was up coming to that because I didn't know what I was walking into. And it wasn't fair to her, but at the same time, I gotta protect myself because what the fuck am I gonna deal with coming in here?
So Av'ern, since filming On the Way Up Atlanta, what avenues has the show opened up for you?
Since filming, the show has actually definitely allowed me to network with other people, even as far as some people on the cast, as well as other people that are on same platforms but different shows.
Right.
So it's allowed me just to meet new people, and then a lot of those people actually have friends that want to buy houses or they want to buy homes themselves. So it's definitely opened up that door for me.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And as far as outside of being the Keymaster, are there any other avenues that you're looking forward to jumping into, wanting to like step your foot into, or is it anything that you're currently working on that we did not see on the show?
I definitely, outside of real estate, one of my goals is to become a business owner.
Okay.
I actually have been thinking about getting to the trucking transportation industry.
That's a great market.
Yeah,
that's
so
a great market.
I'm definitely, want to get into that. So.
Okay. And as far as, I know it takes a lot of confidence to be able to just, you being in the real estate market, you have to have that confidence to just speak to strangers, total strangers, passing out business cards, or even when you're having like open houses.
Right.
So anyone that's looking to get into the industry, what kind of advice would you give them? If they're kind of like the shy, individual, what kind of advice would you give to them?
I would say, like Nike says, just do it. Like, you just gotta jump out there. You gotta dive into it head first and just be confident, be persistent, and just talk to as many people as you can.
Talk to as many people as you can. Well, speaking of talking to as many people as you can, I definitely appreciate you speaking to me and coming to Direct Access Radio. And we're looking forward to having you on the show again, just so we can speak about, future endeavors, whatever you might have going on in the near future.
I look forward to it.
Okay,
Thanks for having me.
I wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And give it up for yourselves, guys. So with everything that is going and wrong with the world today, it was so heartwarming to see you film the Selma to Montgomery relay race.
This lady, she actually walked in the Bloody Sunday. She was a kid. And just to hear her story, it's like just so amazing. So I'm just so happy to actually be here this year. Even though I did it last year, it was very special last year, but this year it's just like different, and it's just different. And I thank God for this opportunity.
Back in the 60s when we first attempted to march from Selma, Alabama, right here to Montgomery, Alabama, in an effort for African Americans to gain their right to vote.
At this time, we're going to bring the other two hosts, Jay and J Man, to the stage. Y'all give a round of applause for them. I just want to say, if anything, we can all identify what's going on today. We all black. That's one thing that we got in common. So give it one more round of applause for us being black. We still here. We still beautiful. So, look, J-Man. Look, J and J. Devonta, what made you do that type of film? Like, what was you feeling? What was your insight? What were you feeling when you wanted to film that?
Well, it was just, we hear all these things that goes on before, before we was born and things like that. So actually, like, just to be down there and to experience, like, what these people went through to try to get us, to fight for our rights and things like that, it was just amazing. And then, like, I filmed it 2 years in a row. And the first year, it was mind-blowing, too. But the second time, it was even more mind-blowing because the lady that was speaking, she was a kid. And she walked the 51 miles with them. And, she experienced all that. And then, like, these people are running in there, like, running gear. They trained for this. These people was in what we got on today. Like, if we go out, what we got on, walking and marching for rights. And, it was just, it was just mind-blowing.
So, Jay, how do you feel about police brutality and racism? How do you feel? Because it's still prevalent today.
Most definitely. My view on it is we have to make a change in ourselves first. Stop killing ourselves first. Because how they view us is what we portray. And I say that also because protesting is great. I don't even mind the vandalism and everything else, but my thing is, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right, do it in decent order. Go vandalize Trump Towers.
Hello.
Don't vandalize CNN. Go take it to the neighborhoods, take it to the homes, take it to Zimmerman's walking around right now free.
Right.
If we got some real thugs out here, let's kill, kill, but let's get him. You know what I'm saying? I'm really passionate about that situation. So,
George
you know what I'm
Zimmerman
saying?
still running around.
Still running around.
He just
free.
got arrested in Atlanta.
On the DUI
You mean to tell me the goons on the west side, south side didn't see him?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Right. So, and also my thing is vote. And my thing, not just for the primary, the non-primary, the people that deal with your everyday life, your district.
Right. That's the most
you know what I'm
important.
saying? Your mayor, your governor. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that's really going to make a change. We got to put the right people in the right place to make the changes. We got to have a paper trail.
Right.
And that's where I am. And also protest. You can't do one without the other.
Absolutely.
Both are necessary.
Right.
And that's where my stance on it is.
J-Man,
Yes, ma'am.
elaborate on that. How do you feel about racism and police brutality today?
We're still experiencing the same thing that our ancestors experienced at the end of the day. We want our years back. We need our years back. We want our respect back at the end of the day. I'm all for protests. I'm all for voting and everything else, but I'm also for breaking generational curses.
Hello.
So with that being said, we followed a lot of what we saw in certain instances, rather than having our own mindset of what we wanted to do. So that's what led to the negative effects of what's been going on. But as far as my look, my take on it, I'll be right there with them at the end of the day, but not in a sense of I'm not looting. That's not a part of what I do.
Has anybody been out there protesting?
I have.
Yeah, show of hands. Anybody
have.
been protesting? Definitely.
Also voted early also.
Absolutely.
I haven't voted yet, but I've protested.
Absolutely. Please make sure y'all get out and vote this week.
Please, we have to do that. Vote. Your vote matters. Your vote matters. Really important. With that being said, so sometimes words cannot express what we go through and how scary it is for us to be black, black, gay, and female sometimes. Marq, so you have this video that you did. Marq created a visual on what it feels like to have your life taken in a blink of an eye, and we're gonna run this clip.
Already active in the system, so I already explained her she won't be getting a new report.
Hello, Marjorie Washington, right outside of APD headquarters. And as Atlanta police continue to keep order at some of the demonstrations happening around the metro Atlanta area, we're now learning about some of the organizations behind the protest.
So, Marq, why was it so important for you to film the PSA?
I had been watching what was going on in the world, and I just remember waking up and seeing the protests and the riot and the looting. And I said I wasn't going to get involved in that because, but I wanted to do something. Then I just kept seeing this image in my head of just police lights and a black person in a hoodie. And I got off work one night and went outside, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to film this. And I'm like, I don't know how it's going to come out or nothing. And I made a short film. It's 2 minutes and 30 seconds, a short film.
How did you feel like actually filming it?
Oh my God. I just felt something in me, and I felt like I was doing the right thing. And I battled if I even wanted to release it because, like, you can watch it, but when you really watch it, it's powerful. And I was like, I think it might be a little bit too much. But
I had to tell, girl. I had to tell.
Just imagine editing it and just watching it over. I was like, oh my gosh.
So I appreciate you actually filming that. It was wonderful. Y'all check it out. Rachel. Miss Rachel.
Yes.
All right. So we know you served in the military.
I did.
How do you feel being a black female in reference to what's going on today, serving in the military?
I'm glad I'm out. I'm glad that I am no longer in the military because I wouldn't be able to differentiate the two. I would have gotten put out because I would have been standing out there strong with my people.
Absolutely. So how do you feel about the president bringing soldiers?
I think he's an idiot. I think that he made a fool out of our United States military, and he put our soldiers in a very, very traumatic situation. Why would you put American soldiers in a position to hurt other Americans?
Low, powerful.
Black American.
Powerful. Because majority of the soldiers are, guess what?
Black. And trust me, I've had my share of racism.
This is
in
my
the
next
military.
question. That is
Absolutely.
my next question.
Absolutely.
So tell me, elaborate on it. What have you experienced?
Not being able to go to certain schools, not being able to rank up, not being able to, just not even being appreciated. When I was in the service, I was a trooper. I was PT stud. I was running faster than half them dudes there. But I wasn't offered the same opportunities as my white female soldier counterparts. Absolutely not. I wasn't.
So with that being said, ladies, both of the ladies, often women getting killed or slain is not televised. Breonna Taylor just was killed. She's an EMS in the medical field. Shouts out to my medical field.
Shouts out to Louisville because that's my hometown. And I know, and I have people that I grew up with that is actually her family members.
Why do you feel like it is not as televised a voice as George Floyd?
I'm not gonna say that it's always, if you've done any type of work, any type of anything, being a woman, here in America, we are always the least. And what I mean is the male is always superior.
Absolutely.
No matter what you do, you know what I mean? But I'm not going to say that it wasn't that. They didn't even air it when it happened. You know how long ago that happened?
Yes. It happened 2 months ago. Can I say something?
Go ahead.
The only reason why Breonna Taylor was not made like George Floyd because nobody caught it on camera.
Exactly.
That's the only
and
reason.
that was the next point I was getting to. I was just about to get to that.
The revolution will be what?
Televised. And that's the whole entire
We are
point.
here.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. It's so much stuff that surrounds what, what makes me upset a little bit is that when we get, I say for us, when we get a black person in office, we expect them to go and change the world. Look how messed up the world is. So you expect somebody to change this in 4 years, you a fool. You expect them to change it in 8 years, you a fool. Because look how messed up we the children of Abraham, 400 years enslaved. And those 400 years still have not ended. Okay? We just in the midst of it. And that's why I like what Jay said about yes, I appreciate what my ancestors did, but now it's time for a different approach. And that's what the people down there are feeling. That's why they so angry.
Yes.
They don't know how to get it out. So they turn to looting, vandalizing, whatever. But all it is anger.
And it's built
solid
up anger.
It's built up
this
anger.
is stuff that has
Exactly.
happened so long. We can no longer peacefully march and peacefully protest. Burn this bitch down.
It's not about being peaceful no more. We've been peaceful long enough.
The FBI, we need to make a statement. They not listening to us.
They're not.
They don't care.
They don't value value us at all.
They
A
don't.
dog's life. Look at Michael
More
Vick.
important.
Look at Michael Vick. A dog's life is worth more than a black man or black woman in America today. A dog.
Can I say something? Can I say something? I feel like we also, as Black Americans, are very, very comfortable with the bare minimum and the status quo.
Don't say that.
They hold on. They
Not everybody, but
not all of us.
But hello.
But as a collective,
We've settled.
As
We've
a
settled.
collective, we've settled. They throw us a bone and we shut the fuck up.
Right.
They throw us
You
a
want that
bone
stimulus
and we
check
stop.
so bad,
So my
honey.
thing is this.
I don't need
My
it.
thing is this. The way that we have come together, and I think if I can recall it correctly, I saw an article said this is the first time that all 50 states have ever protested
in 18 countries
at the same time.
Let me give
So
it up for
imagine, wait a minute.
around the world.
But hold on.
Black
But see, here's the thing. That right there, that clapping for that, I feel like if we had done that collectively, repeatedly, without resolve and without getting tired, I feel like we would be a lot further along. James Baldwin once said, to be conscious, to be a conscious black man in America is to be in a constant state of rage. Because you are aware of what's going on. And I think now there are way more black people aware of what has been going on. And now they're aware, okay, well, they've been throwing us a bone or they haven't. If we had put up this type of collective, constant, I won't even call it a fight, this battle. A fight ends, but a war. This is a war that we've been fighting since 1865 when the Emancipation Proclamation was forced into effect. Had we done this at the level that we're doing it now consistently, we wouldn't be in this place. We would be a lot further along. And I don't think people understand that concept because we do it to ourselves. We get comfortable and we reach a certain level and it's okay because it's no longer affecting us directly. But baby, you have to reach back and you have to understand that there are other people who are not where you are and who have to go through the same fight that you just came out of. If you would keep fighting and you would take yourself out of it and be selfless for a second, we would be so much further along collectively, not just black people, but black and brown people. Because I don't give a damn. Because I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what your nationality is. You can pretend to be white and you can identify and you can fit in and you can be nice and buddy up. But at the end of the day, if you are not Caucasian, my friend, you are not Caucasian. You are a black or a brown individual and you are seen as less than our white counterparts. And until you get that through your head and accept it for what it is, regardless of what your bank account looks like, we will consistently be fighting for this.
So with that being
Sorry.
No, I love it. I love it.
Sorry.
Well said, my brother. So with that being said, Octavius, so y'all know our culture. Our culture is beautiful.
Love it.
All of it.
Especially our rap culture. Do you feel like us idolizing being a gangster, a hoe, shaking ass and all this?
Very much so.
Do you think that hinders us from the light that we should be shining from?
Very much so.
Okay. Elaborate on that.
So with me being artist management, singer, all of that stuff, the lyrics has been very simplistic and very derogatory. We came from Tupac and Biggie talking about poetry. It was actually talking about the hustle, storytelling, just like hymns were. To what we do now is just, like you said, ass shaking and all these things that's unnecessary.
Absolutely.
And I feel like you said before, our youth, I feel like we need to educate. Not only just fight, but educating. Some people are just so ignorant, they don't even understand. They don't know. They've been asleep so long, they don't understand that this is a fight that has to be taken petition-wise, not just going out loading and all this other things like that. So I'm not going to get off topic of the music, but it goes back to the whole point of the white man chose the music to douse it down, so that we can be very repetitive and very elementary, and it was a purpose for that, so they could change that dynamic.
Can I say something? So, okay, my problem with that is that we're held to a different standard than our white counterparts in the music industry. And I'm going to give you an example of what I'm talking about. For example, I'm gonna use the women for example, because women have been catching a whole lot of flack. City Girls, Megan Thee Stallion, Doja Cat, all of them for their lyrics because women are now owning their sexuality.
No,
why is it?
Doja Cat didn't get it because of that. She got it because she said the N-word.
No. I'm not talking about. I'm talking
Oh,
about.
okay.
Women as
I was about to say, don't block. No, she said the N-word, and that's what it was.
That. I'm
Okay.
talking about women hip hop artists as a totality.
She's African, or
as a
whatever.
totality.
But it wasn't about that. It was how she said it and why she said it.
As a totality, female MCs in this industry catch a lot of flack for owning their sexuality. When you have a white artist like Gretchen Wilson who says, I'm a redneck woman, I'll stand barefooted with a baby on my hip, and nobody says anything. But at the end of the day, that is her culture. That is what she's accustomed to. That is her reality. I don't think that it's fair to hold our male and our female MCs, hip hop, rap, neo soul, whatever. I don't think that it's fair to hold them to a level of standard that exceeds their experience, because we all know, whether it's rapping, singing, poetry, painting, drawing, taking pictures, your art is a reflection of your reality. And I think that our artists, from the dawn of time, all of them have been able to express themselves through their experience. So I feel like it's not fair that our white...
It's not fair. This whole thing is not fair. My thing is at the end of the day...
To that, what you just said... Okay, what happened to the Lauryn Hills? What happened? We got City Girls, we got Megan Thee Stallion, we got the fun. Yeah. The dynamics have changed. And I understand what you're saying. It's not fair to hold them to that standard. It's not. But at the same time, who gonna speak up and who gonna change the dynamic? Who gonna talk about something else? No. That's not what I'm saying. Hold on, that's not what I'm saying. This is not what I'm saying. Okay, this is what I'm getting to.
Okay.
If we, me, you, the people that are coming up, don't do it, nobody else is.
I agree.
And so that's what's going on. Nobody else is. So we have to do it.
We're guilty of glorifying the Megan Thee Stallions and the
Well, y'all are, because I don't even listen to them. I'm still on Lauryn Hill.
Hold on.
As a people, you are absolutely right. Yeah, you absolutely right.
The people that we put at the top are those artists. But when you have artists like her, and Nao and Ari Lennox and Janae Aiko that lyrically talk about their experiences.
No, wait a minute now. They talk about bashing.
Who?
Janae Aiko talks about bashing, male bashing. But what I'm saying is, what I meant by that, and I'm not saying to break nothing away from what you're saying, because what you said was absolutely true. What I'm saying is, where are the Lauryn Hills, the Nina Simones, the Jill Scotts? You get what I'm saying? Where are they? You right. You are looking at us. But if we ain't out here doing it, it's just a conversation.
But guess what?
I agree.
Guess what? You are out here doing it.
I am. But what I'm speaking for is for everybody else.
Bring this conversation.
Yeah,
and it ain't fair to her
right.
either, because she's out here doing it just like the rest of them.
No
but we don't put her. We don't listen to her type of
right. But let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you don't listen to me. Cause I don't got no fake ass. I ain't got no fake titties. I'm not doing no blotched up makeup. I'm not doing no money. I'm not flashing no money. That's not what I'm about.
And that's fair.
Because I made a content, I'm not worthy of going to the highest. Because I made a content and dignity, I'm not on that pedestal.
I'm not saying
and that's
that.
how they do. No, the artists that you just mentioned, that's exactly how they do them. They could skyrocket and go to the highest thing, but because they not talking about anything that demeans us, and because and this is why I said I want to stop music. It's not controlled by us. We ain't got no control. It's still ran by the white man.
That's what I'm saying.
This is why we
Which
see
is
so
why
many
Chance
different...
the Rapper won't sign.
Look, this is
He's
why...
been independent from day one.
This is why people are independent, and we see so many different platforms go up because of that.
Right.
Because we know we are the money. We know we are the gold.
And it's politics.
And it's
politics. Because there's the other part about it is I literally just had this conversation with another friend of mine the other day, and I told him whom I personally feel like, and my ego ain't big enough to not admit this. I personally feel like he's a bit more talented than I am. And I said, I don't understand. I told him the other day, I said, I don't understand how it is that you are connected to all these people. You have done backing for all of these people. He's helped write with other people.
and we on the same level. It don't make sense to me. It is the politics of this industry. And there are people like Pasjiea Marie, there are people like Trae Morris, there are people like other artists who aren't willing to give in to what this industry requests of us to get where we're going. So we still out here fighting for, fighting for a place. That shit is not okay.
One more thing, and we got to shift.
Right.
Come on.
What I was gonna say about that is what you just said about your friend and why you don't feel like he's where he's supposed to be. And what I'm gonna tell you about that is when we get in, we do not help each other.
I agree with
what
that.
What it is I'm so scared that you're gonna take my damn spot.
Speak on it.
I'm so scared that you're gonna take over what I got going on that I can't reach back to help you because I gotta work on what I got.
Exactly.
And if we change that mentality, we will be further than we are today. As a group, as a people. It's the same mentality that's had us bound for these 400 years.
And I agree with her. And we still seeing
crabs
it.
in the bucket.
And we're seeing it from the people who are already where we trying to go. Because Dame Dash just literally, he just made it might have not been Dame Dash, I can't remember exactly, but he literally just talked about how Diddy said something about, helping artists and people getting paid and this, that, and the third. Okay, Diddy, well, if this is how you feel, then pay me for what the fuck you owe me. Right. And it ain't even just on our level. You have literal billionaire black people who have literally stepped on the necks of people they started out with because you are so scared to share it.
So with that being said,
and white people don't do that.
I'm sorry to cut y'all off because y'all know we got to keep rolling. So, with that being said, with this discussion, you are in artist management, correct? Do you foresee our future in music changing, having those Pasjiea Marie's, Lauryn Hills? Do you see? Do you
that
foresee
shift
that?
is gonna have to change. And like he said before, I understand what you're saying, my brother, and I agree with you to a certain extent. Because you said collectively we have to change that, but we're gonna have to stop celebrating the ones that are out there doing that.
I don't think we have to stop celebrating them. I think we need to understand that
But
there's
understand that they look at us already in a way. So if we betray that even more, the white people they already have their shit set.
But that's not fair to our black women.
And this is why we create our own. This whole conversation is why we create our own. It's time to change the dynamic. Ain't no more we gotta go sign with them. We gonna sign to ourselves.
So with that being said, go ahead.
But we just can't speak on it. We can't speak on it. You gotta do it.
Right. You asked was basically, do you see a change for it? With working in the music industry and interviewing neo artists and independent artists and this and the third, what people go into music for these days is what they see on TV.
On TV.
What they see in social media.
Half these people don't even have talent.
They won't listen.
Hold on. But at the end of the day, like I said, you have to break generational curses. The curse that's on us now is everything we see on social media, everything we see on internet, and everything we see on TV. The purpose of what I thought on the way up Atlanta was to highlight something different.
Absolutely.
So we can say what's wrong and this is wrong, but you all are on the platform to show something totally different.
Something right.
Something right, in a sense. Yeah, you're gonna have your moments where you argue. Yeah, you're gonna have your moments where you disagree. But at the end of the day, what you guys should expose is breaking those generational curses. Y'all did break one generational curse that you don't see on reality TV is during the first reunion show, there was a hug. Not after the second, not after the third, not after y'all done went after each other's necks, but y'all realized in that moment, hey, in order for us to grow, in order for us to move forward, we got to do something different. So if you want to see a change at the end of the day,
be that.
Everybody sitting on this couch,
you
got that outlet for it. You got that outlet for it, so take advantage of it. I love the fact you want to finish with your education and do what you want to do.
Masters.
But also, you have a talent, you have a gift, and we want to see those Lauryn Hills. I know I damn sure do.
Listen, okay, I'm still playing that damn album like you just came out.
So at the end of the day, do not give up on what God gave you because He gave it to you. You put it out there. You put it in the atmosphere. Use it.
I love it.
At the end of the day, before anything, I'm a black man first, and that's how I see it. Everything else is secondary. So I definitely, don't agree, and with everything that's going on, we definitely have to get to a place where we build each other up and not tear each other down. And it's just for everybody. So for me, I've always worked my normal work in a predominantly white environment. As far as anybody above me, anybody on my level, they not my complexion. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention
where I live in Johns Creek. So when I moved to Johns Creek, I had to change the vehicle that I drove.
Listen,
I had to, rather than being in an environment by myself, I brought my family out there with me because at the end of the day, I was being harassed. I drove a Charger. It sat on factory 22s. So at the end of the day, it wasn't like I was being flashy or anything like that. I just bought me a nice car because I wanted to.
Right.
We would leave. I went to dinner with my family once, twice, maybe 3 times a week. Every single time going home, I get pulled over. What am I being pulled over for? Oh, just routine traffic stop. Your car doesn't look familiar to the area. Yada yada yada. Oh, okay, cool.
Absolutely.
You know, at the end of the day, I recognized what it was.
Yeah.
So I didn't change anything about me, but I said, okay, I just got to move a little bit different in a sense. So what I do, I bought me a pickup truck to look like one of the white boys.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Just being what it was. I haven't been pulled over. I haven't been stopped. Mind you, I drive a bright red pickup truck.
Wow.
So, but I haven't been stopped.
That shit is crazy.
I haven't been pulled over, and I know I've probably been speeding or whatever the case may be. But they don't mess with
because
me.
That truck.
But
it's
it was
Ford.
all.
It's a Ford.
It's a Dodge Ram. But it's all in the sense of what the officers that work in the area I work in. They said, "Oh, you drive a perp car." And I said, "Why is it a perp car?" They said, "Well, you black, and you drive a Charger." I said, so because you're black and you drive a Charger.
They had that myopic view.
That's crazy.
You're a
Yeah,
perp.
I mean,
Is that
Anybody else want to elaborate on that?
The police is the biggest gang in America.
Come on.
Like I said, the KKK just turned in their sheets for badges.
They
That's
did.
what it is
He's
today.
not. He's not. What he's saying isn't crazy. When I lived in Charleston for 3.5 years before I moved to Atlanta, and the first 6 months that I lived in Charleston, I had a black Hyundai Civic. It was a 2013. I bought it straight out of undergrad. A black Honda Civic, and I drove out one night from North Charleston to the beach, literally just because I wanted to go take a drive. And I'm coming back home. My sunroof is open, and I get pulled over and pulled out of my car.
It's okay. It's all right. Speak on it, brother.
There are drug dogs brought up to my car. I'm pat down. I'm literally spread all fours on the back of my car.
Absolutely.
Because I fit the description in an area that's used to burglaries.
Wow.
And I have a Yorkie in my front seat because I took my dog out to the beach.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, we're just not used to seeing, XYZ. And so I'm pulled out, and you have to put your hand on your gun. You have to pat me down. You got to go through my 4 doors, and you got to pop my trunk. You got to do all of this. And I'm literally less than a mile from my house. And I lived in one of the most expensive apartment complexes in the Charleston area. But because I was black in North Charleston, South Carolina, by white cops at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, I fit the description. So I don't even feel like he drives a perp car. I think anytime you're a black man and you drive anything nice, you are automatically a drug dealer.
Baby, it
you
ain't
have to
be
be
all that nice.
you get what I'm saying? So my thing is, it ain't even just you in Johns Creek, my dude. And yeah, Johns Creek, we all know if you live in Atlanta, it's a predominantly affluent white area.
Yeah.
I lived in North Charleston.
Yeah.
That ain't affluent.
With that being
and
said,
that's mixed.
Oh, it is. It is. But you know how it is. Them Kakalakis, they different. My first arrest was in Columbia, South Carolina. I drove a Pontiac Firebird drop top.
That's crazy as hell to me.
It was back in the day. It was back in the day when I think Lil Wayne had the drop top with the heat on in the wintertime.
I'm screaming.
And I'm hosting the party, honey. You know how South Carolina, they ran out liquor 2 hours before closing. They literally ran my friend off the road. We came from 2 Notch Roads to the Waffle House. That's from Hill to
And I know exactly what you're talking about.
Fort Benning. Come on. Yeah. Rolled my friend off the road to get to me and said, sir. I turned around and said, no, it's ma'am. But see, that's profiling. You feel me? To the point where I had just paid the car out. My father said, make sure you take that title out your car. Somebody get it. That's their car. That was the only reason that they did not tow my car, because I had my title. Mind you, my friend, the passenger, ain't got a license. She got hella weed on her. They ain't check her, ain't do nothing. She drove off with my car. Like, this, it's real. It's real. So I just want to commend you guys. I love you all. You know we have to rap. Hey, I love each and every one of you here, okay?
Love you
Can we get a group hug? Can we get a group woosah? Come on, guys. Let's do this. Let's do this. That group thing.
Let's come by y'all. We shall not be
We
moved.
appreciate each other. There's love, you know.
We're doing a circle.
Let it out. Yeah, let it out. So
Let it be a circle.
Okay.
I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Black, talented, beautiful, amazing. We are, okay? So I love you all. Hey, it is a wrap for season 1 on the way up. And on the way up. Hey! Say on the way up, on the way up, on the way up.